What's up everybody, it's Jeff with GearTube TV. Today's the day. We're finally painting the Jeep project. It's been a long process, but we're ready and we're gonna get it done. Here it is, all taped up, all draped, ready to go. I got tailgate, windshield frame, hood, and the body itself. Helping me today is one of my coworkers at a place where we're not allowed to ever talk about or else they'll kill us. That's not a joke. Joe. Joe comes from the coal regions of PA and not far from where I grew up actually. We're only about probably 35-40 miles apart, and managed to find each other where we work in a totally different part of the state, and it's all good. We become good friends and we deal with a lot of shit together at work and we make it happen. So there's a quick walk around of everything. We're gonna unbox the paint because we're gonna do something totally different with this Jeep. Not your traditional spray with a compressor and clear coat and all that shit. Are you guys ready for the big reveal?
Let's do it.
We're gonna do Monstaliner. Monstaliner is a bed lining kit that's actually designed for truck bed and Jeep tubs. And the color we're gonna use is Midnight Special. I'm not gonna give any clues as to what color it's gonna be till we're done. Obviously you can Google Monstaliner, look up Midnight Special if you want. But what I'll do is a time lapse here once we get started. And I'm going to do an unboxing here to show you what's what in the 2-gallon kit, and then I ordered a bunch of extra stuff too, just so I had enough supplies. The important stuff with this is respiratory protection because it's pretty nasty shit. Combustible liquid vapor, harmful or fatal if swallowed, use with adequate ventilation. And we are in my garage. We're gonna set up a fan, and we do have some, basically we're gonna do like a negative pressure ventilation where we're gonna draw the air out, and that should keep us pretty well vented in here. But with that said, you still wanna use something like an N95. Now an N95 respirator is not meant for petroleum products, but it'll work okay for what we need to do here. This is what I used last time I did any sort of painting and stuff like that, and it'll be all right. So with that said, let's get this unboxed and let's get rolling. Okay, hopefully you can hear me okay. We're gonna do the unboxing now. Hopefully you can see everything okay. I already went through this to make sure I had everything. Basically, you get a toolkit, which includes foam rollers, which gives you the texture, scuff pads, paint mix, sticks, roller pan, roller frame, paintbrush, masking tape, which we don't need, gloves, I have my own, a drill bit mixing paddle we definitely need, and the installation guide. So that's what's in that kit. Big thing we'll be using is these foam rollers. Obviously that's the key to giving you that texture. Painter's tape I don't need because I already did it. Here's the roller handle, sticks, brush, paddle. Scuff pad don't need because I primered it. This is actually designed that you can do it over factory paint. You just use the scuff pad and scuff up your factory paint and then start brushing the stuff on. And the other important thing, so these are the main things we're going to use out of here. Obviously the foam rollers, the sticks, the brush, and the paddle. The instructions. In here is the catalyst, which is actually like a hardener, and you mix this with your gallon of liner, and this will start to cure basically the liner. And then this is your pigment, real small container. Shake it up good, you pour it and mix it all together, and then you use your drill bit paddle to stir it all for a couple minutes, and you're ready to paint. So I got 2 things of pigment, 2 things of catalyst. It's now an empty box. And then this down here is your actual liner. And you know, everything's labeled part A, B, and then your tint. Tintable, color add at time of use, 7/8 of a gallon. And the reason it's 7/8 of a gallon is so you have room for your catalyst and your pigment. So it's obviously not a full gallon. And let's do it. This is dated May 9th, 2018, so it's good and fresh. My catalyst is dated from March, so that'll be fine. And the pigment they mix whenever they need it, so it's kind of on demand. Shout out to Monstaliner. Let's get this thing going. Alright, everything's shaken up. About 30 seconds on each one of these. And we're following our instructions here. We're going to pop the top on the liner. We also pop the top on the Coors Light. 10:30 in the morning on a Saturday, we're drinking beer. Life's good. Let's do this. Looks like it's starting to pop. Alright, so that's the actual liner. Doesn't look like much of anything, to be honest. Pop the top on our color. There it is. So you pour your color in,
Use a stick, scrape it down a little bit, make sure you get all of it. Now I will say the only bad thing about this, which may not be bad, it is 100% permanent for life, basically. Once you put this on, you're not going to take it off very easily, which is a good thing. Alright, catalyst, and then we're going to stir for 30 seconds. Or I'm sorry, 3 minutes. And then once this catalyst is in and we're stirred, it's go time. So, phew, this is the stinky stuff here. Now that obviously filled that up really full. We'll have to be real careful. I guess I should have dumped some out of it, but it's alright, we'll make it work. On the drill. Now I'm going to start slow at first, and then we'll speed up. Alright, so definitely for the next gallon we'll make sure we pour some off. Is what it is, we'll make it work. And that's it. So now we just pour it in the pans and we're ready to start rolling. Now what I always do, I use a brush and cut in on certain places that are hard to get a roller in there. When you first start rolling, you gotta put it on pretty thick because it doesn't really want to get on. It takes a little bit to get into the rollers. Is that too full? Okay. Okay. So there's that. Just set that there. I'm not too worried about it. It's just a workbench. And we'll have to get respirators quick and all that jazz. And we'll get busy. Okay, so the first coat is done. And obviously lighting is going to change the way it looks. And we're just getting ready to start the second coat. I'm going to put this on the tripod and let the camera run while we do this. Hood, windshield frame, tailgate. Give you an idea of some of the texture. Now the second and third coat will be obviously additional coverage, and also finishing up, like the last coat will be to nail down the texture, to make sure that we got the texture right. And just take a quick shot here while Joe's rolling up close. And okay, we'll get this set up and I'll get back to work. Alright everybody, getting ready to start the third coat, and we're going to have to mix a new batch up, which is, now that we know a little bit, to dump a little bit out of it, we'll be fine. Plus there's plenty of material. This was a 2-gallon kit, and this is essentially 3/4 of a gallon that we have on it, because we wasted probably a 1/4 of a gallon with excess that got too tacky to put on as we were doing it this afternoon. Again, there's the hood. So this third coat is mostly going to be for texture. We have a real good heavy application. I don't know how thick it is because I'm not very good at guessing that kind of stuff. But so yeah, we're gonna mix up this next batch, and you can see how it's got sort of a gloss to it. When it's all dry, it's gonna have sort of a semi-gloss. It's not gonna be real super shiny and reflective, but it'll have a semi-gloss finish to it. Looks totally different from that fake blood, red and black, whatever it is. And now we're at this blue color, and with the Dick Safepack wheels, it's gonna look super sharp. Have to get some glass in the frame, put seals on the tailgate, you know, all that kind of stuff yet. That's gonna take place in a couple weeks because I want this to dry and get essentially cured. It's almost like it has to cure and harden for at least a solid week, which actually means it'll be 2 weeks because of the shifts that we work, and it'll be all finished.